Good morning, dear students. Chapter 1, Food, where does it come from? Lesson 2, Components of food. Lesson 3, Fiber to fabric. Till here I have taken revision, and today I will take revision from chapter 10. Name of the chapter 10 is the motion measurement of distances. Motion and measurement of distance. So I will start from the rest and motion. What is the rest and what is the motion? As you know that all the living things show movement. All living things, whether it is plants, whether it is animals, all the living things show movement. And the movement in case of animals we can see easily, but the movement in case of plants we can't see, and it is very slow, and it is hardly visible, we can't see. And among non-living things the air shows movement. Among non-living things the air shows movement when it blows hard. When it blows hard, then only you can see the movement. And the water shows movement when it flows. Similarly, the train, the buses, the cars, scooters, aeroplanes, sailing boats move with the energy of petroleum products. And the fans, electric motors, lifts, escalators, and a large number of electric devices produce motion by using electric energy. So you must have observed that motion produced by different object is different. For example, car moving on a straight road produces a straight line, that is the rectilinear motion. But an electric fan produces a circular motion. When a swing produces to and fro motion, but the wire of wiring on plucking produces a vibratory motion. Before we discuss motion and rest, let us try to understand what is really meant by the term rest and motion. So here we will discuss about the what is the rest and what is the motion. What is rest? We use the word rest very commonly. For example, a table is at rest, and a book lying on a table is at rest. And how do we know that the above mentioned things are at rest? And well, it is just by everyday experiences that what is rest. We use the word rest very commonly, and for example, a table is at rest position, and a book lying on a table is at rest. And how do we know that the above mentioned things are at rest or in motion? Well, it is just by everyday experiences that we know that they never move on their own. However, if we have to answer this question scientifically, we shall say that a body is at rest when its position does not change with time as compared to things around it, that is its surroundings. For example, a book lying on a table is at rest because its position is not changing with surroundings, with respect to time and surrounding, and other objects on the table or room does not change. So we can say that when the position of the body with respect to its surrounding does not change with time is called the rest. The body is said to be is rest position. When the position of a body does not change with the surroundings and with respect to time, then we can say that the body is said to be in rest position. And we know that a running train is in motion. We know that running train is in motion. Flowing water is in motion. How can we say that these situations are examples of motion? It is because in these examples the position of the object with time changes. With time the body is said to be in motion. When the position of the body changes with respect to surrounding, changes with time, then the body is said to be in motion. The body is said to be in motion position. So we can say that rest and motion both are relative terms. Both are correlated. Rest and motion both are correlated. Seemingly, rest and motions are quite opposite to each other, and however, the following example will prove that sometimes it becomes very difficult to say whether a body is at rest or in a state of motion. Example, imagine you are traveling by a bus. If you compare your position with respect to the surrounding outside the bus, such as trees, fields, houses, you will find that your position is changing with respect to them. Hence, you are in state of motion. And if you compare your position with respect to the surroundings inside the bus, that is such as passengers, walls and roofs of the bus, you will find that your position is not changing with respect to the surroundings, and hence you are at rest. So we can say that you are in rest position. And now come to the different kinds of motion. What is the motion? Different kinds of motion. If you look moving objects, if you look around moving objects, you will notice that they are performing different kinds of motion. Then they are performing different kinds of motion. For example, a car moves straight along the road, an electric fan rotates, and the pendulum of a clock moves sideways in either direction. We shall study the different kinds of motion which an object can have. Translatory motion. What is a translatory motion? Imagine you walk 10 paces first along a straight line and then along a curved line. Do all parts of your body move through the same distances in both the cases? Well, the answer is yes. They move through the same distances in same time, no matter but you move along a straight road or a curved line. So we can say that what is the translatory motion, or what is a translation? The motion in which all the particles of a body move through the same distances in the same time, is called the motion of translation, or motion or translatory motion, or motion of translation. Examples: a car or a train moving along a road, a ball rolling on the ground, a girl sliding down a rope, pulling out a drawer of a table, firing off bullet from a gun, a stone hurled from a catapult, etc. are some of the examples of motion of translation. Motion of translation. The motion of translation is of two types. First one is the rectilinear motion and second one is the curvilinear motion. First one is the rectilinear motion and second one is the curvilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. When a body moves along a straight line, the body is said to be in rectilinear motion, or the body is said to be in rectilinear motion. And examples of rectilinear motion: a train moving on a straight line track, rail track, a car moving on a straight road, a freely falling stone, and a coin moving over a carom board. So this is the examples of the rectilinear motion. Motion of translation is divided into two types. First one is the rectilinear, second one is the curvilinear. Now come to the curvilinear motion. What is the curvilinear motion? When a body moves along a curved line, and the motion described by the body is curvilinear motion. What is the curvilinear motion? When a body moves along a curved line, the motion described by the body is called curvilinear motion. And examples: what is the examples of curvilinear motion? Examples: a ball thrown upward at an angle, a ball thrown upward at an angle, and a car or train moving along the curved road on track, and circular motion or rotatory motion. Next one is the circular motion or rotatory motion. Till here you have to read and you have to take revision.